Yo.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Double Touch Show. Before we proceed, remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Engage with us. Let us know what you think about the topics. Share the video with your friends, your family, and of course your enemies. And don't forget to just sit back, relax, and enjoy. With that being said, KR, let's jump into today's show. Yo, KR, we talked about a topic last week. We talked about the DJ MV topic last week. Um, and it seems as though the attention is getting more and more um, brutal. It seems as though the allegations, at first, Envy was dismissing the allegations, but it seems as though there are people really coming after Envy. And now a very interesting story this week. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. So we started off. I think we talked about this. DJ Envy is being is allegedly involved with the Ponzi scheme. To the point right now, the streets is talking. Streets changes his DJ name to DJ Ponzi. But hey, it ain't looking that good, man. Because I think the media is starting to look his direction, because he was the one who basically teamed up with Cesar Pina, or Cesar Pina, as they say in English. And the guy has been, you hear the stories, it's crazy. He sold the same house 3 times.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And right now, it's word on the streets is that he's starting to cooperate. So it's not only
Who is?
DJ Ponzi.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
DJ
DJ
Envy. Okay,
Envy.
yeah.
Okay.
If the streets want to call him that, let the streets call him that. We don't know until unless he gets
What we do
he
know
gets
is
killed.
that he was the road through which Caesar could promote his activities. That's fact. Whether
That's a
he
fact.
whether he's calling himself a victim as well, he was the one who introduced him to a larger audience,
Yeah.
because he was promoting the guy, whether it was through payment or a revenue sharing deal. He was the one who promoted or introduced the guy to a larger audience, because they were together and making money,
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
knowing maybe that it was all a scheme.
Yeah.
Introducing him to his friends. Friends invested 200,000, half a million, and now you're in a bind, and now you have to cooperate with the law.
Yeah. Well, um, about Cesar Pina, I can see that if you go on his site, because the site is still live. So if you go to cesarpina.com, you will see him. And the first thing you see is that he has a new.
There are a lot of Caesar Pians out there. Is that is he the website you're watching? Is he fat? I'm just verifying, just making sure you have the right Caesar. Is he
I
a fat
know, I
guy with,
know,
with a beard?
I know who we're talking about.
Okay, no, just making sure so we don't accuse the wrong guy.
Yeah,
A slim Caesar Pina, or a Caesar Pina who doesn't scheme people.
yeah. So
Okay, so
he,
you have the right scheming fat ass.
well, if you take a look at his site, KR, let me see if I can just.
Let me see if I can search it up. Caesar Pina,
Yeah, just pull
the,
it up.
the fat schemer.
It's just because I can see he's got a new book out apparently.
How to rob.
How to get away with theft.
How to get away with that. Oh my god. Hey
And
man,
but what's interesting to see on this site is that I'm gonna show you once you share it.
Rubicon Mortgage. Is that one? You're flipping
Okay.
keys. His book is called Flipping Keys.
OPM.
This
Other people's money.
His book is called Flipping Keys,
No
guys.
man, I'm gonna share it because
Rubicon Mortgage. I got it. I got it.
yeah, this
Rubicon
one.
Mortgage.
No, it's this one. You don't have it. It's
Oh,
this one.
that's another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is what I wanted to share. When you look at so when you open the site, that's what I said. KR, you don't listen. I told you CesarPina.com. What are you talking about Rubicon? Anyway, we'll talk about this later. The Cesar Pina. If you look at him,
oh, this is
you
another
open it,
one. Oh,
you
my
see
bad. You see that? I
new
got
book
the
out.
wrong one. I got the wrong one. I got the wrong Caesar Pina. This is
Yeah.
a slim Caesar. Look at this one. You know, that's why I ask you, is this the you see that? I got the
Yeah.
wrong Caesar Pina.
I don't know why I don't know why you made this public, man. You're just like
Got the wrong one. Sorry, my guy.
uh,
Sorry. We have to get the fat guy. Show me the fat guy.
stop calling him that. Man. So
What?
the
What you call
scammer.
him the scammer then?
Yeah, you're gonna say fat
Alleged
scammer. I know.
scammer.
Yeah, okay. Alleged. So, but the thing about this website is when you this is what I want to show. If you scroll down, because we're talking about envy, but then you scroll down, and then you see who I worked with, and then you see a couple of
Mm,
names. And if you go,
damn.
you see Nicky Jam. Then you see 50 Cent. Then you see Don Omar. Then you see Corey, I don't know how you pronounce it, that last name. Kenny Britt, Khalil Mack. To me, it just seems like guys he took pictures with. But he has them under
You
he
work
has them
with
here
him,
as
man.
clients and then business partners. So I don't know which one it is. Look at this shirt, Trap Landlord. It is a trap, I guess.
It's a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
It's a trap!
so you have, so that's what I wanted to show. The but the funny thing is you don't see envy. While you can argue that, as you said, envy was the one who made it public. Now, last time we had a discussion whether or not envy can be held liable for promoting someone, and we had a whole discussion about, if I order something from a fabric and it comes with defects, and I didn't know about a defect. If I'm a salesperson and I sell that product, can I be held liable if I was only selling? And then we had the discussion whether or not it was possible or not. A subscriber of ours commented saying that he believed that you can hold, or this envy is liable because he was actively involved in promoting that man. So it doesn't seem. I think that at the beginning, envy could just say, "No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. They're trying to take me down, but it's not true. I didn't do anything. I was just promoting, but I didn't know. I wasn't involved, and so on and so forth." But if he's going as far as to cooperate with the investigation, to 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 penalize Caesar, the question is, if you weren't involved, what can you say?
Before we continue, one thing you didn't show. So you showed them you showed the the homepage, but you didn't show the events.
No, I know what you're gonna show me. I know what you're gonna show me. I can't see. I can't read it. I don't need to. Man. I know what you're gonna show me, but
In the events, you can see him and Caesar on the flyer.
let me see.
What do you think was gonna show you?
I don't know.
Seminars.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a lot of seminars where it's Caesar and Envy. Caesar and Envy. So his face is on the.
But if you're touring with an artist and your opening act or your co-headliner, does that mean that you are liable? I mean, I don't know what they talked about. If it was like two separate, if it was like two separate talks, or whether it was one talk. All those things play a role. I don't know, but Envy seems to really be playing down the accusations. So it's either because he's very confident or he's trying to downplay it simply to make it seems less important. So yeah, it was an interview. Come on. it's, it's like you're trying to incriminate the man. Come on. And for those of you for those of you listening, just to break off, KaiR just showed a picture of Caesar on the Breakfast Club.
Not
You're
the
just trying to come on, KaiR. You're just trying to incriminate the Envy.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to show the picture of Cesar Pina.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show his face. You know what? It seems like he ate the.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, but it goes to show you
If he's gonna tell RJ, I think the thing is, if he's gonna tell it, the only way you can tell is if you know enough, right? That's the only way you can tell.
If you have something, yes.
You know more than you know of the
But it's
crowd.
also opportunistic, right? So they tried to sue. I don't know how it went with that case, or if that case is ongoing. Remember, a couple of months ago, we talked about some YouTubers getting sued for promoting FTX.
Yes, we did that. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that turned out, but if you promote a scammer, the thing is, did he know? That's the first question. Second question is, when he did, or when there were allegations, did he do his due diligence, or did he proceed to promote? And I don't think being on the same seminar with a person is incriminating.
If you're organizing the seminar, is that incriminating with him?
No, there's two people organizing. How can, if it's two people organizing? I don't know. That's my opinion. How would I know? How would I know what the other person did?
Well, apparently, they're also involving right now. It's exploding, right? Because they are not only talking about him promoting Caesar, they're also talking about payola, which is not
Okay.
allowed.
Where is?
Payola.
But what did you say afterwards? What did you say?
Which is not allowed
Which is not allowed. Yeah.
So
Can you explain what it is?
So payola is basically, if you boil it down, it's basically if someone is paying for airplay, straight up to the DJ. So you're paying the DJ money under the table to promote either a song, or in this case, this case. And they have been. It seems like Star, right?
Yeah.
Star is trying to really put a nail on his coffin. They have had a long
Whose
history.
coffin? In Envy's coffin. Yeah.
I mean, he's teaming up with what's the guy's name? He broke the story.
You mean
Tony the Closer.
Tony the Closer? Yeah,
Tony the Closer had been promoting this story. He's been the one who's a driving force behind this, and it seems like to start. First of all, Envy is trying to sue Tony to stop him from talking. Envy is being involved in a couple of lawsuits. They're trying to dismiss the lawsuit. His lawyer. Don't think that will happen real soon. Won't happen that fast. Um, and also, Star is asking for the lawsuit because I think Star has some old information he wants to insert into this case.
yeah.
Put it that way. But
That's
hey,
when you're moving with money. That's the thing, right? You're moving, and we talked about it with Earn Your Leisure as well, with all the backlash they faced for having.
M500,
Is that his name?
something
On
like that.
Yeah.
When the
So
guy was promoting the scam of what was it?
saying that you're saying you need the loan for something, then
Yeah,
using it for something else.
him or Hem 500, something like that.
Yeah. So it's, but when you're talking about finances and you're interviewing financial people who are investors in one way, shape or form, you always run the risk of having someone like that on your
No,
platform.
no, wait a second. You gotta be. I'm not totally. I don't totally agree with you on that because him 500 was a convicted guy. Caesar has also been convicted in the past
For what?
for shady stuff.
Yeah,
Am
but
I
that's the thing, right? What was it
Do
like?
people
Was it?
change or do they just
Well, it depends, right?
chameleonize?
Well, it
Is,
depends.
is
Was
that the
it?
word? Chameleonize?
I mean,
They turn chameleon. Him 500 was convicted. The thing, that's the thing, right? You promote as someone that could be doing. It's the same with Caesar. Where does your this is the thing, and that's got to be a. I mean, you clearly see that there is like we are at the maybe I see it as a crossroads. Maybe it's not legally where you're seeing much more people promoting stuff like Bitcoin and all that other stuff, and then you got to ask yourself, where does my responsibility starts as a consumer to do the due diligence, and where does the due diligence of the person who's promoting ends or starts?
okay, okay. But yeah, well, if there's a if there was a conviction, just I wanna just go back to that point. It depends for what someone has been convicted. If someone has been convicted for assault, for example, when he was 21 or 22, that's something different than a white collar crime committed at 33. It's like a different nature. If he has been convicted,
Who Caesar?
no, I'm saying in general. So I don't know what they've been convicted for. I'm just asked. So that's why my question: what did Caesar get convicted for, and what did you mentioned the other one, him 500? What they got? What did he get convicted for? That's important because if it's something that has nothing to do with that, if he has a rap sheet, but it's not, but it's for something entirely different, then it would have been different. But we've seen that people invest in frauders, like what's the dude's name from Firefest?
Uh, um, I can't recall right now. I'm good searching the Caesar Pia conviction.
Yeah, okay. But the guy that organized Firefest, he got jailed for it because he basically mismanaged the funds. A lot of people lost their money, and when he got out, he said, "I'm gonna pay all my people back by organizing another festival." And this one I'll call it Pirate. And people and the first remember KR, the first round of tickets sold out. So it's like people are willing to pay for things like that. And so you
Yeah.
need,
The,
but
let
yeah,
me see. It says the following: in 2005, he was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. A day before he turned himself in, he married his fiancee, who was pregnant, and it seems like as the moment actually turned into a blessing. Oh my God! You won't believe this.
what?
Listen to the next sentence.
Hmm.
Earlier Leisure once described Pina's journey. That's the next sentence. I cannot make this up. How the heck did they get involved with this as well?
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's what you said as well, right? The more you deal with all these, let's say, for a lack of better word, street moguls, um, you run the risk of promoting someone that may not totally align with the best interest of your business.
yeah. Well, what I was saying about Earn Your Leisure, for example, they had the Invest Fest a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people showed up.
It was white collar, by the way.
It was white collar. Then we're good. We'll get to that in a bit.
It was white collar. I'm reading
Oh,
it right now.
okay.
Want to show it
So
as well?
no,
As well?
let me just finish this and then we'll proceed. But what I wanted to say was that
Oh,
he,
I
the,
cannot. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. I cannot make this up. I'm just opening through Google. You know on which
yeah,
website I'm reading it's a white collar?
no, SEC.
Your leisure.
Okay, so when I so that's what I wanted to say. Earn Your Leisure, they had like the conference and two big people they had on as speakers were people we covered as well. They had, for example, well, so one of the people they covered was Rich Paul. We've covered him,
Mm-hmm.
and the other person they covered was a basketball player who played for the Pistons, and after retiring, became a multi-millionaire. Do you remember that story, KR?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's they when you have people like that, a lot of people that 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 are successful, that are investors, that can talk about money, you are bound to encounter scammers. You have no influence on them. So it was Rich Paul and Junior Bridgman. But to your point, and I do agree with what you said more and more. And I'm afraid I will have to agree even more when you talk about what he's been penalized for. But if you're going to work together, and if you're saying that payola is also playing a role, if you're going to work together, and if there's payola involved, then you envy has a problem. You can downplay it as much as you want to, but he has a problem. Talk to me about the conviction.
Give me a second, because oh my God, it cannot make this up. Wait a second. I read this wrong. Well, it's even worse than I thought. He's
Okay.
not the one convicted. I was reading way too fast.
Hmm.
Apparently, he's not the one convicted of the white collar crime.
Hmm.
So this is what it says on earnyourleisure.com about this. In 2000, he was sentenced to 18 months in federal penitentiary a day before he turned himself married to the what would have been his lowest moment. When he was in jail, he befriended a real estate tycoon who was serving time for a white collar office.
Uh,
Caesar taught him how to survive in jail, and he returned taught Caesar real estate.
so he has a mentor. He has a mentor.
His mentor was sentenced for white collar crimes.
Mm. Yeah.
Come on, man. There is, I mean, the question always this is always right. The problem as well, right? You gotta ask yourself, okay, everyone deserves a second chance. But when do you assess whether a second chance? Because that's how they promote these guys, right? They've been sentenced, so you can do it too. That's their whole pitch. I've been sentenced. I picked myself up. You can do it too.
Yeah.
Just sign up, give me your money, and I'm flip it for you.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. I understand as well. I don't know, man. It's
But let me put it like this. I think I'm not entirely convinced that Envy will get sentenced.
if you're telling,
But
you're gonna say-
a sentence, but I do think that he has a it's not as easy as he wants to make it seem. It seems to be more complicated than just simply, oh, it's his business. I have nothing to do with it.
I think one thing we can all agree on is that after this, his reputation will have, maybe, depending on how this all pans out, irreversible damage.
Hmm. Maybe, depending on how it turns out.
Yeah. One thing for now, he will be clowned as DJ Ponzi in the streets, and I mean that's what they say, right? It's not my. It's not mine. I just heard it online, and when he went to when he went to the live stream of Tony the Closer, he had to haul haul his butt off the screen because he was getting cornered. He couldn't answer some stuff, and then he dipped.
Yeah.
Time will tell whether he's involved or not.
Or not, yes.
But even if he's involved, we will know soon enough when
Mhm.
the prosecution starts putting their case together and we see the name. I don't know what DJ Envy's real name is, but we see it next to the
Defendant.
key witness.
Let's see. So, KR, so on a different note,
Tell me.
unless you want to say you had something more to share or talk about this topic.
Are we going to go to the rap note?
I want to go, yeah. Yeah. Or at least, yeah, that's because I heard that, of course, we talked about the whole Jeezy and Jeannie Mai divorce, a couple of shows. There's, I think, 2 or 3 shows, and the clips and stuff. We've clipped them. You can find them either on the Double Thought Show channel or the Clips channel, but the Double Thought Clips channel. But I heard that Jeannie Mai, she was quiet the first couple of weeks, but I understand that she started to tell her side of the story and talk a little bit more.
She's posting about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to take a break and disconnect to heal.
Yeah.
Hey man, she's starting to post. She's going on TV shows, telling her story.
Did she
Uh,
go on TV shows?
yeah, she was visiting which of the show? The Sherry show. She appeared last Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
not this week, but the week before.
Mm-hmm.
She did her story and basically saying that it takes every day to just really sit and be quiet in your thoughts, take care of me. She was shocked. Basically, she's grieving. She's in a grieving process and she's trying to make sense of it all.
So she's not really. So she's talking about it as if it's a surprise.
Uh, Seems like it. I need to tune in into the voices I really needed to hear, which was me and the truth.
Okay.
I
I mean,
don't
that's
think
still not saying a lot.
it's vague. It's vague. It's all vague, and I
But
don't
usually
think
it
it's gonna
starts
get
like that, right? Usually it starts like that. She might be. She might be.
clearing up. Yeah, you're
She,
right on that because
she might be talking to publishers.
Tia Maori started also very vague, and then she said, "I graduated from
I, yeah. I got married
married
and
and
I
what?"
graduated and then I got a divorce.
Yeah, what the? You gotta be kidding me! When she said, I was like, "Okay," and people are now looking very weird at her.
Yeah.
But she
But
was the one who initiated that divorce, and now she's complaining that the 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 dating market isn't what you had hoped for.
did she complain?
Mhm. She said she was visiting one of these podcasts, so these dating podcasts, and the guy asked her like, "How's the dating market?" And she started the first thing, "Do you have the key or something like that?" So
The
like
key?
tequila,
Did she say that? Tequila,
yes,
tequila.
tequila.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was like it's not you're not courting anymore and all that stuff, dude. It's 2023.
Well,
Welcome to the show.
just consider it here
You
as an
married in 2000s,
uh,
baby girl. It's not,
yeah.
nobody cares about you.
And Tia, just consider this as, I mean, and before I say this, Tia, I think Tia and Tamara were my first celebrity crushes.
Really?
Yeah, they were on
Who
Sister
they,
Sister.
who they look like? Let me
Well,
see.
but wait, before you look at them, they were on Sister Sister. I don't know what age they were back then. I was younger than
No,
them.
I'm not looking back. I'm looking now.
Okay,
How she
okay.
looked from the club. Dude, what the
Well,
heck are you suggesting?
I'm just telling you because I'm just telling you. Hey, this is cancel culture. Man. People will go out and say, "Yo, yeah,
I'm just looking at them now.
yeah." But back then, I was a kid and I remember watching it, and they were my first crush.
Really?
Yeah, but
Were they really your first crush?
yeah,
Oh,
they were on Nickelodeon. I believe. I think it was Nickelodeon. Yeah. Or Cartoon Network, but I'm pretty sure it was Nickelodeon. At least they had the show Sister Sister. I don't know if you've
mm,
watched it, but yeah,
yeah.
I
I
so
was
that's
more a Baywatch guy.
maybe they were my second crush. Now that you maybe the the timeline is a bit confused. They might have been my second and third crushes, but but if they do a reboot care of Baywatch, this time they will write the Bay BAE instead of BAY. but the but when she said that she graduated, because she was like, yeah, we have a negative connotation when people get divorced, but it's not necessarily divorce bad because you grow as a person. And then I went to high school. That was the marriage, and then I grew. I learned, and then it was time to move on. And I graduated, which was divorce.
Yeah.
Well, if the dating market is tough right now, consider this, Tia, as you going for your PhD. You, it's a long road ahead.
Yeah, how do you go for the PhD, or they're trying to tell you you choose the
Well,
wrong
it can be.
major?
Well, it can also be Kanye's PhD, right? Yeah, well, that's an
Well,
old school song, right?
that's probably what she's been seeing. No love, only not even bubblegum,
Only PhDs.
only PhDs. But
Even though I went to college and I never graduated, I still have a PhD. Anyways,
hey, hey man, it is what it is. And but to bring it back to all the way back to, because we
Jeannie,
deviated a lot, to Jeannie Mai. So
yeah,
Jeannie Mai is now right now basically telling her story. I'm curious. This is the thing, right? I think O'Shea O'Shea Duke Jackson talked about this, and I totally agree with him. Is that right now, of course, the narratives is being steered by Jeannie. Question you gotta ask yourself is also Jeezy gonna tell the story, and on which platform is he going to do that? That's the biggest question, right? Because I mean, the narrative is being steered towards, of course, her side of the story. She's the good person, and we don't know what really transpired until we know the part of the other side as well. And then we can say, okay, is it fair or is it unfair? Is it whatever? But if you only hear one side of the story, and also at the same time, you got to ask yourself as a man, do you really want to get in the squabble? There's also a second thing.
yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, because
Is it worth it to
both people don't want it to be public. Um, that's the first thing, and I think KR that also plays a role because their relationship was public.
always with
And when you go to public, I hate it when people say, "Hey, you need to go with your relationship. You need to go public. You need to show people the real you." Because, as Shannon Sharp says, if you date in public, you have to break up in public. So I think everyone, any guy who has something to lose, will say, "You know what? I saw what happened to your ex husband, father of your children. Not really looking to go through that." So that can be
if you're
a,
doing your father, you're the father of your children like that, you probably run me over with your eyes closed.
yeah. So it's not, I'm not surprised, to be honest, that she said that. But yeah, it's to get back then to Jeannie Mai. It's still not clear what happened. It was a surprise apparently for
Unreconcilable
her.
differences. That's what it says.
What
But
it,
what is
yeah,
it?
that's what it always says.
It always says, right? Yeah. So, but there are rumors that were to do with the family staying at the home, basically Jeezy taking care. I mean, there are also a lot of rumors out there. I
Yeah.
mean, they need to clear this stuff up because people are also before you know it, she's the next Jada.
Yeah, but I think that contrary to Jada, they are not really publicizing these things, right? So
That is true as well.
so there's a big difference that it seems as though they are keeping things under wraps. And I think personally that it's nobody's business what happened or why they divorced. To be honest, I don't care. I didn't care that they got married either because it doesn't really change my life. But I think that they have to. Yeah, I mean, it's their life, and it's okay to keep it under wraps because everyone's talking nowadays.
There are kids involved.
There are kids involved. The only thing that I'm thinking is I don't see why Jeezy would talk. Um, Jeannie might talk because she has
She needs to
experience
clean
as a
for the
talk
next
show.
one, right?
What did you say?
Usually the reason why people talk is to clean the streets for the next act.
Yeah,
So what you tend to see is that guys get villainized, um, and in this, I'm not saying in this case, but in general, what you see as well with Kevin Costner is getting villainized as the one who doesn't want to pay for the kids in order to seem like holier than thou, even though that might be not be the case. You mean you signed an agreement, just abide by the agreement you've signed. Now you're trying to act like I'm the bad guy, and while you were the one who slept with his best friend or one of his friends, the person who you're renting a building to. This
Yeah,
is bonkers.
yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah,
way somehow. I mean, I guess it's always the man's fault, right? If she's cheating or if you're cheating.
yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what will happen. I think they. I think it's mostly women that were saddened when they broke up because it broke up their imagination of a
Couple
couple
goals.
goals and things like that.
It
But yeah,
seems like it keeps coming back in our shows, man.
yeah,
The couple goal stuff. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe we need to dive deeper into couple goals. What are real couple goals?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Couple goals. What a it's a beautiful story, right?
Couple goals is, you know what's couple goals? Stay away from the internet and just
Don't post about your
don't post
relation.
about yourself. Don't look for information. Don't just focus on you and your spouse.
Okay.
Accept your spouse for what the person is. That he's not gonna change or she's not gonna change the other way around, and it is what it is. Can you live with it? Yes. If you don't, go somewhere else. Why? Don't create a false narrative because you might have a good thing, a stable thing, but you will blow everything up for the the image of something better, a
Image.
fantasy that doesn't exist.
Hey man, talking about fantasies and other stuff. FTX.
Yeah. What about him?
Caroline Ellison went
Yeah.
on was her time. Last week it was Wang. This week it's Ellison. I think I'm
Alan
not
Alan's time to sing, to shine.
start singing like the old lady
Yeah.
or the fat lady. What is it now? It ain't
It's
over the fat lady sings or
still
old
the
lady.
fat lady. It's not the
Oh,
obese one.
it's not the obese one. Okay, good thing it's the fat one, not the obese one. But she's starting talking, and it's ain't looking good. Actually, it ain't looking good for her. She looked like 10 years older from the last time I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
She really you saw the pictures, right?
The first in the first picture that was published of her when the FTX story broke, she looked like a young innocent lady. The picture I saw of her going to trial, you if you would have told me that it was that young lady's mother, I would have believed you
Yeah.
because they have the same features but a totally different vibe, a totally different um, everything. So it seems as though he's aged quite fast in the last year.
I guess that's what you get when you have stress. But they have been revealing a lot of stuff, man. It's getting hot for Sam. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this bind because, dude, they basically were telling that. Um, how can I put this correctly? They recorded actually the one of the moments where basically he turned on her or something like that, basically also explaining that when she got approached by the feds, she already left them, so they weren't
Yeah.
together anymore. um Also the fact that it's basically Sam trying to blame her for for everything that went wrong, um, and also saying that they were talking about also the bribes, the Chinese bribes, where they were joking about that situation. Actually, basically
Of course.
sending they had these internal message uh, uh, apps they were using, and they had this person who was affiliated to one of the Chinese officials, and basically she told them like you have to it was something like how can I put it correctly, if I remember how they said it, she or he, not the name is ambiguous to me, I'm not sure if it's a woman or a guy. She had a family in the Chinese government or a link, and basically they fired her after she warned them about the whole situation. And then basically they were joking, let's hope that this doesn't fire back at us.
Of course.
The whole thing is just a it's a doo-doo show, man. It's
Yeah.
a doo-doo show. I think it's clear that I don't know how they're gonna defend this, because they also showed the balance sheet of the numbers, the backdoor that was created. They are basically building a great story, the prosecution on this, how this all happened, and that he's like the person who was directing everything, being dishonest,
Okay.
and um, yeah, one of the one of the key things that was being said, and I'm gonna close out with that. Um, Caroline continued during the testimony, saying that Bank Sam told her to continue repaying Alameda Research's lenders with FTX customers' money,
Hmm.
which she did despite misgivings. Um, basically, I was in a constant state of dread. I knew we would have to take the money from our FTX line of credit, and that money that could be called it at any time. I was concerned that if everyone would find out, that everything would come crashing down. Hey, we talked about this before, right? Where basically we said that people who are part of this whole thing will might get away, or at least get a lower sentence in order to get the big fish,
Yeah.
because everyone with their right mind would already realize that you're doing, if you're taking money from one entity and use it to repay the other, that's somehow you cannot say that's legal. But hey, they struck a deal with her, and they're building that case, man. Sam is think he's cooked.
Sam is definitely cooked. Yeah. So I think, with that being said, what are we expecting next week? Are there more people coming up, if as far as you know?
There are still people coming up, man. We have Salami will definitely show up one of these days. We have the Indian guy also having to show up. There are some key they've signed up everyone who was part of the inner circle. So basically, they rounded everyone up, gave him a sweetheart deal, probably a good deal, not a sweetheart deal, and they are circling around Sam.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
not sure when Sam's time is to tell everything, but his side. But hey, It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good.
All right.
Seems like the guy was knew what he was doing, and um, it all points out that it's not by accident, and he didn't know. That's what the defense started as.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what will happen.
Who will be going first to jail, Cesar Pina or Bank? Anyway, let's wrap it
Yeah.
up, man. I don't
All
think we
right.
have anything else.
All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's show. For those of you who don't know, we started a new channel, sports channel. Go check us out on Expected Game Plan. X Game Plan. Do
It's in
so.
the tab with other channels as well. You can find
It's in
that.
the okay, so you can find it in the tabs with the related channel. Something it's
Yeah.
called. So go check it out, guys. Thanks for your support. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so to this channel. Share this video with your friends, your enemies, your friends, your family, and enemies. Remember to comment and let us know what you think on the topics we discuss. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know as well. And of course, guys, check us out on our socials at Double Touch Show, Facebook and Instagram. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. We'll see each other in the next one. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Don't forget to share it with your bunkie as well.